Good day, everyone. My name is Olabi Adeniro, and I'll be presenting Alonis, my submission for Clue LLM Hackathon. Alonis is an AI-powered personal environment where you can reflect, discover, and understand who you are. It's an AI companion that you can interact with through natural conversations, and it helps you learn and provide hyper-personalized recommendations based on your personality that has been learned over time. To demo the project for the hackathon, I'll be showing the hackathon demo flow where you don't have to provide a password or anything. You can just provide a username, and this username is used both for sign up and logging in. So you click on the start demo. So what happens is you get taken into the app, and on your first iteration, you just see the empty state. So we have this space here where we show reflective stories based on the context that Alonis has about you, and Alonis also gives you personalized quotes on a daily basis. So the major aspect of Alonis that is powered by Clue is the recommendation aspect, where based on context that has been learned from the user, recommendations of movies, books, songs and news are currently being worked on because unfortunately we could not get that from Clue's API, but you can get movies recommendations to watch, books to read, and then Alonis recommendations are the LLM coordinations that you get. So to start getting recommendations, you need to have performed enough interactions. So interactions can include you taking the personality assessment test, or you going through the mind lab, or you just having just a random conversation with Alonis, or you adding some notes. So to get to that interactions that can start recommendations as fast as possible, I'll add 3 notes because that is our criteria to start generating recommendations for users. So the first one should be a welcome note, okay? And the welcome note will say something like, "Hi, I am Ade." And then when we click on save notes, your very first notes actually start the recommendation process from the LLM itself. So if you go back to the recommendation, you should get the LLM based hackathons. And you can see, for example, because when you log in with the hackathon flow, we save it on the DB. It's part of the context that the user has, that this is an hackathon user. So you see this is why the LLM is providing some recommendations based on the hackathon. And it's also telling you to complete your bio because there was no bio yet. So let's go back to the notes and continue to add notes to trigger the recommendations of movies and books. So I'll set this as bull, my cargo, for example, get the car, gets a car in 3 months. And then I'll save this as a go. So when you save it as a go, you save the notes and this gets added. And then I'll add the third note. I'll say what I do not like. And I'll say something like, "I do not like being sad." Then you can save this note. So immediately you save this, what's happening on the back end is we've triggered the process to start generating the recommendations for this user. It takes some time to load. So while that is coming up, let's go back to the home page where we should now get, we should actually be able to get a generated quote or a generated story based on the context of the user that has been provided. So you can see, for example, because I provided my name is Ade, and it's saying something about me being Ade, thought together, and as they work, how does this story resonate with you? Ade felt grateful. Coding opportunities is also about hackathon. So basically, the story section just tries as much as possible to give you good context of a scenario that is applicable to you based on the context that we have from your data. So now let's go back to the recommendations page, and I believe we should start getting some recommendations. So these are the book recommendations. So as expected, these are not very, very granular because there is just very little data that have been added for this particular user. So you can click on load more. Once you load more, you get some more books, and then you can also interact with it. So you could say something like, read this book. So when you mark this book as read, Alonis also notes this as an interaction that this book has been read. When you say you read this book, we note that this book has been read, and then in the next set of generation recommendations that get generated, these are the kind of recommendations you get. So let's refresh this page, and I believe that our movie recommendations should be ready by then. Yes, and these are the movie recommendations. I can see that these are mostly genre of comedy because I think the context we added was I do not like being sad. There are also the other aspects about the chat and the assessment, but due to them, I won't be able to demo. Thank you.